This elevator is super small. It's just like I can touch either side both ways. And these doors, they like accordion open. Let's see, I'll show you in a second, but outfit check. And then you pousse. Hi Divarinas. We're here. We're awake. I have my, can you see this? French cafe latte, French croissant. I've noticed that like a lot of places have outdoor seating areas here in Paris, but I think it's like considered like lesser because it's mostly for like smokers or it's smoking. But it comes in handy for me, especially if it's quiet. Oh, that tastes so good. I love coffee. I've not had like a second to myself since I arrived, I feel like. And I wanted to give you guys an update of everything that happened. So basically I got in Saturday around noon, and my sister picked me up from the airport and brought me to her house in like the suburbs of Paris. And I got some quality time with my niece and my sister's husband. And we spent the afternoon all together, and I had dinner, and then because I hadn't slept on the plane and I like hadn't really taken a nap, I had been awake for like probably like 36 hours, and I immediately started to like tank. I kind of am at the point right now where I can't remember what I've filmed and what I've not filmed. I'm gonna have to edit this when I get back to New York. But on the plane, like I think they make the seats like extra small on this like budget airline, French B, which my ticket was like so cheap, so I was like thrilled. But the seats were literally like, I was sitting like this and the girl next to me was like totally like splayed out in my area, like with her like elbows on top of me. Like I had the window seat because I knew I wanted to like lean on the wall and sleep, but then the person behind me kept kicking me. Crying baby would pipe up every once in a while, so like it was a red eye with no sleep whatsoever. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna stop enjoying this coffee. This is like lifeblood right now. Oh my gosh, even the plate is, oh my gosh. I love Paris. I love Paris. So after that, like my sister was like kind enough to drive me to the apartment. I like basically like fell into this bed. She like put the comforter on top of me, literally. Like I was still in my plain clothes and everything. I just couldn't function anymore. And as I was like falling asleep, I did remember, like, not that it matters, I did remember to take my nighttime meds, but like I slept for like 12 hours, and then I woke up yesterday and I hung out and ate breakfast with my sister a little bit at the apartment, and then I went to do this like photo shoot that I organized and scheduled in advance, and I didn't know the photographer, but I knew her work from Instagram and from another YouTuber that I like, and It was amazing. I was a little worried because I was like fresh off the plane that I was going to be tired, that I wasn't going to be able to do all that I wanted to do, but I did it. And I felt, I don't know, it was such a like this entire trip is like a celebration of my next chapter. And I'm really treating it that way because I'm not somebody who typically like stops and celebrates my accomplishments and takes the time to appreciate, you know, how far I've come. So I'm trying to get better at that. And I felt like those photos are going to document this time and this transition in my life. I'm getting like emotional talking about it. This lighting is not the, by the way, let's look up together. Look up, let's look up. And we're back down. But that's why the lighting is not good, because it's literally a shaft. Yeah, I feel like the photos are like documenting this time, this really special time that I'm trying to savor and appreciate the best that I can. And I think, and last night I had dinner with my sister, my niece, and her husband around here. It was awesome. And I had every intention of, because yesterday I woke up pretty early. Well, the first time I woke up, it was pretty early, and then I kind of went back and slept a little bit longer, but I think the jet lag got me a little bit last night, so I couldn't fall asleep until like 1 o'clock. And even though I was super tired, so I woke up today a little bit later than I intended, is all that's to say. Because today I'm going to see the Musée d'Orsay, which is where a lot of Impressionist art is here in the city. And it's in this beautiful old train station. And I'm also gonna do like a little picnic outside, I think at sunset. I actually may need to go back upstairs and get a better jacket because it's a little bit more chilly than I thought it would be. But yeah, so I'm very, I was hoping to get there by 10 o'clock. I did not get there by 10 o'clock, but I am going to get there as soon as I can, but I'm also taking the time to savor this delicious coffee, and I'm about to take a huge bite out of this beautiful croissant that is the size of my face approximately. Not as crunchy as I would have liked, but super flaky, and it's like, it has that, it's not like the soft squishy kind that you get at Costco in the US. You just can't compare it. It just tastes so much better here. So I'm going to appreciate this moment and then get my tushy to the museum as quick as I can. Okay. subway here is so much cleaner than in New York. It's mental.
Bonjour, pain au chocolat s'il vous plaît. Merci.
Bonne journée. Allez.
Merci beaucoup. Ça marche?
Ouais.
Ah ouais, ok.
Merci.
Merci.
Bonne journée. Au revoir. Merci.
My French is rusty, but at least I can order a pain au chocolat. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
It's like every little street is gorgeous. I told myself while I was here I'm going to eat chocolate croissant every single day, and I meant it. And they were out at the boulangerie, the bakery where I live, so even if I have to eat it while I'm in line for the museum, I am going to eat it. It's so beautiful here. All the buildings, the windows. It's like, it's another world. Good one when the flakes fall down your shirt. And stick to your face. Okay, the bad news is the museum is closed today. Should have done a little more research. Good news is she's gorgeous, and I think I'm going to be able to go to this famous cemetery, because I don't think cemeteries close, and check out like the tomb of Oscar Wilde and some other cool like landmarks, and I get to walk around the city a tiny bit. Not bad, not bad. Walk around that like area, and I don't feel super pressed for time because I didn't put a ton on my like plans for today. And I can just swap those 2 days in my little calendar that I made for myself. So not bad. And the interesting thing is I am not the only one who didn't realize it was closed on Mondays. Now I know. I kind of like having these days on my own where I get to kind of just do my own thing. I've traveled alone a fair amount, and I kind of like just getting to wander and explore. It's nice. I don't have to like report back to anybody. It's so pretty. I probably sound like Delulu. I
probably sound like I'm on that like vacation high, which I am a little bit, but even the like little grocery stores here are cheaper. Everything is cheaper here. I mean, yes, it's euros versus dollars, but like this little juice in New York would probably be $5, and here it's €2. I know I keep eating pastry and drinking juice. It's just like a lot of carb and sugar, but I keep forgetting to stop and eat because I just want to like go and do things and keep going. So I wanted to get like more something to have with me, especially because I'm about to get on the metro for another 40 minutes to get to where I'm going. So I was like, oh, I'll get like some juice or something to keep my energy up a little bit. And it's just crazy. Like, it's so, like, even the touristy places that are kind of supposed to be pricey or whatever, like, it's not as bad as New York. Oh, look at that. I can't believe I'm here. It's like I'm pinching myself. Feels different. Very, very different. I'm very, very lucky to be able to do this. And I'm not taking that for granted whatsoever. As another side note, I just stood here and took pictures with the metro sign with my little tripod selfie stick, extendable. And I've decided I don't care about looking stupid. I feel like the more that I vlog and the more that I do YouTube, I am getting thicker skin slowly but surely. I'm still sensitive. Obviously, I've talked with you guys about this. Obviously, I'm still sensitive. Juice. But I think I care less about looking dumb in public, which has come in handy. Because I tell you what, I have to look dumb in public a lot. When I was talking to you guys earlier at breakfast when I was drinking my coffee, look at that metro sign. It's so cute. I just love, anyway, and I already said it's so much cleaner than in New York. But the woman, I was sitting outside because I didn't want to be noisy inside. And the woman was like, it looked like you were doing YouTube. And I said, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. And she was like, ah, okay. But like the way she said it, I was sort of like, you think I'm dumb. You think I'm goofy. You think I'm silly for talking into my camera. Which, like, I guess I kind of am, but I don't know. I can't be here doing this and not show you guys. That would be crazy. Okay, so to sum up, I got my chocolate croissant. The Musée d'Orsay is closed, which I should have researched, but I did not. They are closed on Mondays. And I am going to the famous cemetery on the other side of town, checking that out. And hopefully I can get that done and then come back to be toward the Eiffel Tower and take a poke around, and no harm, no foul. I'll still get to see stuff and do stuff today. And that's life, baby. I'm gonna drink this juice before going down into the subway and or the metro, and make sure to wear my mask so I don't get sick. One last tiny thing. Oops. One last tiny thing. The caps here don't come off. In the States, they're separate. They're separate pieces. But I keep forgetting that and going to yank it off because I think it's stuck, and then I remember. But it keeps it all in one piece for to be recycled, so that's good, I guess. But it's like I keep getting tripped up by it. Side of town. Nothing today has gone according to plan, but at least I have my portable phone charger, so my phone, hello, sorry. At least I have my portable phone charger so that my phone is not dead and I'm lost. I'm trying to find the cafe that was filmed at for this movie that is my favorite movie that was filmed in Paris, called Before Sunrise? No, Before Sunset. It's like a trilogy. And I'm gonna try to find the cafe that was in that movie and then go see, have like a lunch and a chill, and then go see the cemetery and some famous tombs, like the tomb of Edith Piaf and the tomb of Oscar Wilde and some other famous people. So hopefully I can figure out where I'm going and have a little sit. I will say the metro here is really, really clean. It's really nice. But there's like so many stairs to transfer, which is a bit different. And so I feel a little wiped, which is why I'm looking for somewhere to sit down sooner. How good of a job I did at filming my experience at the Le Pur Café, but one of my favorite films, Before Sunset, has a scene there with, and I sat out front and I had what felt like a New York moment, but I'm in Paris, where I was sitting across from this lady. I was at my table and she was at hers on the other side of the front entrance. We were both out front, and she asked me, "Where are you from?" in English, and I said, "Oh, I'm from New York City." And she said, "Me too." And she started talking, and She was an older lady, and she's really, really sweet. And she was kind of saying, I come to Paris once a year. You know, I came when I was 19, and then I took a long break, and I've been coming back every year. And now that I'm getting close to retiring, I want to retire here. I'm thinking about how to do that. And so she was telling me, I guess she's really into photography. I said that weird because there was, anyway, doesn't matter. She's into photography. And she was telling me about all these museums that were not on my list, and things that she was like, oh, like, if you have time, you should see this and you should do that. And some of the different markets that she likes. And it was just like a really nice conversation with somebody who understands coming from New York to Paris. And she knew the movie that the cafe was from. And she took a couple of pictures of me, which was so sweet, especially her being a photographer. And it was just, anyway, it was just like kind of a cool moment. And she was like, do half of what you're planning to do and just soak it in instead, and just know that you'll come back. And I heard what she was saying, and I'm trying to sort of take that to heart a little bit. But in the spirit of doing something today, I am going to keep walking to the cemetery and see some of what I wanted to see today. Cimetière, and I do have to say, it is so many more, it's like built on a hill, and I was not expecting that. I've climbed so many stairs. So as somebody with a disability and a chronic illness, this is a tough visit. I'm really happy that I came, though. I got to see where Rossini is buried, and Edith Piaf is here somewhere, and Maria Callas. So I'm having a little rest now, and I'm gonna get back up and continue shortly. But if you are coming to Paris and you are disabled, try to like plan this visit a little bit more than I did, because I am the wiped out. found Bellini. He's one of my favorite composers. I've sung a couple of his arias. It's crazy. The main path is like back there a bit. So he's definitely like, you have to be looking to find him. I'll show you guys. There he is. It's so like, it's so small for somebody who's so important in music. But it is just one in like a sea of tombs with lots of people who did lots of stuff. I know that sounds kind of dumb, but it really makes you think, you know? I mean, I read about this guy in all of my music books, and I sing his music, and his music is performed all the time, and he's just chilling here. He was one of the main ones I really wanted to see. Bye. Thanks, Vincenzo. Love your music. Love your tunes. Now, I need to find Maria Callas, Edith Piaf, maybe Jim Morrison, and a few other people. It's already golden hour though, and I did want to have sunset somewhere else, so I need to hurry up, even though this is like, it is a lot of steep kind of climbing, and I still have quite a bit to go. Finally found Georges Bizet, who composed Carmen, which was one of the first operas that I ever studied, and means a lot to me. He's a really wonderful composer. Georges Seurat, the painter. Pretty cool. Francis Poulenc, who composed a lot of really beautiful songs that I also love to sing. He also composed for piano, orchestra. Really amazing composer. Imagine having a tomb that big to remember you by. Holy moly. Another big hill. And here is Jim Morrison. This one has the most like offerings or stuff left of all the tombs that I've seen. It's behind bars. There was a line of people waiting to see Jim Morrison, so I didn't want to take up too much space. But it's clear he like means a lot to a lot of people. His music means a lot to a lot of people. And just like, you know, some of the other composers mean a lot to me as well. It's really cool to see. I'm glad I've been walking around and kind of powering through, even though it's a bit hard for me to walk. I didn't realize there was an inside crypt, but to find La Divina Maria Callas, you have to be inside here. So I'm gonna, oop, hello? Hi, pigeon. Okay, I'm just gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna see if I can find her. Her number is 16253. Nope. Oh. Hello. I'm going to find her. Stay tuned. I found her. Sorry for the flash. A lot of other people found her too. A lot of graffiti messages. I'm trying to be quiet to be respectful. Wow. I'll talk more when I get outside. I'm walking to find Edith Piaf now. Oh my God. I started crying. I'm surprised how emotional that made me. I mean, obviously, like Bellini, Bizet, everybody else, I was totally fine. But for some reason, seeing Maria Callas in that crypt, it had me feeling all types of ways. I'm like crying again. Just knowing how challenging her life was and the legacy that she left with her recordings and how much I look up to her in my own singing. It was emotional. It was emotional. Clearly, seeing somebody who I look up to that much and you know, where they're resting forever. I know I bumped into another American in there, and they sort of were like, who were you looking for? Because I couldn't find it. It turned out it was underground. I had to ask for instructions, and another set of Americans was looking, and they popped up and they said, oh, same spot. And I said, yeah. And they asked, who is she? Who are you looking for? And I said, she's my most favorite singer. And she's like the world's most famous opera singer. Angelina Jolie just played her in a movie. And they sort of went, oh, okay. So if you want to know who she is, apparently that movie, Callas, is a very good portrayal of her life. I've been a little too scared to watch it for the same reason where I just got emotional now. I've been a little scared to watch it for that same reason. I just have to find Edith Piaf, and then I think I'm gonna try to find myself a little picnic and go sit up by the river. Okay, and that is everybody that I came to see. I guess it's a little like morbid to film in a cemetery, but these are all people who, you know, really inspired me and have shaped the woman that I am. And so it's amazing to see where they're resting, and that they're all here in Paris shows what an incredible city of art and music this is. And it just makes me want to make more art and more music, and I don't know, contribute to the cause, I guess. Now I need to find the exit and start making my way toward somewhere where I can have a picnic and watch the sunset. So wish me luck, because the sun is starting to actually set. Back to real life. Wow. Well, I didn't make it completely in time, but I am down by the Seine, and I have my picnic in my bag, and I think I'm just gonna kind of keep walking until I find a good spot to park up and eat my little picnic dinner. I wanted to be all the way by the Eiffel Tower, but it's quite far. I don't think I'm gonna make it there before it's dark, which doesn't mean I can't eat over there. It just means it'll be dark. But and I don't know if this goes all the way over there, to be honest. But over there is the Ile de la Cité. That's where the Notre Dame Cathedral is, and Sainte-Chapelle church with all the beautiful stained glass. And I don't know, maybe I can. I'm being way too ambitious. I keep forgetting that how tired I am and how sore I feel, because I'm just so excited. So I keep thinking, oh, I could do that. And obviously my cheeks are all flushed from hustling and bustling, and I do need to take a chill pill and take it easy. But I'm gonna see how far I can get. I'm gonna see. Oop. I'm also gonna try not to get run over by these bikers. It's so beautiful though. It's literally so gorgeous. I love Paris. I'm gonna see if I can check in with you guys in a little bit. I think it's anticlimactic, but I am too tired to walk another inch, so I need to call it good here Here's the Musée d'Orsay. Look at all those beautiful windows. And then teeny tiny. It's funny because it's like more prominent in person. There's the Eiffel Tower. So I can see the little top over there. I feel like it's like trying to take a picture of the moon. It's like way more prominent in real life. Oh my gosh. I brought my little picnic here. And I'm just gonna sit by the river. See, everybody's out here. And I might leave the sweater on. And have a nice sit and think. And I think I'm gonna talk with you guys as well as I chitty chat. I got baguette. I got some meat. And I got some like cheese. And I got some juice and French Coca-Cola, which somehow tastes so much better than the American Coca-Cola. I think it's like similar to the Mexican Coca-Cola, like with the pure sugar or whatever. I should have brought my mic. Well, I did bring my mic, but I haven't had a spare moment to figure out my mic. So I'm talking using the phone mic. I apologize. Cheers. I'm literally too tired to move another inch. But I wanted to sit here today and I wanted to like, oh, look at this. Wait, can you guys see that? I have no idea if I caught that on camera or not, but there's a whole flock of birds, very Hitchcock style. Okay. Too late, I don't know. There's like a whole flock of birds just like going around doing their thing. Today felt very special. It felt like, even it's like nothing went according to plan, but even though nothing went according to plan, it was still like an amazing day. I experienced like nature, I experienced culture, you know, I was like moved to tears. I pushed my body past what I thought I was capable of. Like when I first got to the cemetery, I looked at those stairs and going up that hill and I was like, oh my gosh, there's like no way. And I did it. I saw everybody I wanted to see at the cemetery, and I didn't quite make it to where I wanted to. Where is she? In terms of my like lookout spot. But this is the vibe that I wanted for my picnic at the Seine. And I'm still looking at some pretty cool stuff. I mean, all these tourists paid a lot of money to go on these boats by the river, and I'm sitting here for free just with what I paid for groceries. I think I had moments today where I wanted to like share my experience with somebody, but for the most part, I feel so empowered and so like I feel so good in myself right now. Like I feel like I keep my own best company, and like I am sort of like my own BFF right now. And like as my own best friend, I'm like, hey girl, you need to sit and rest? Okay, no problem. I got you. Hey, you really want to see that thing? Okay, let's go. Let's do it. And I feel like, for the most part, I feel like I've always kind of traveled alone, so I don't feel weird about it. But there were like a couple of moments today where I felt like I wish like there was somebody like with me, but not enough to like make up for all the like, I think I feel better that I'm doing this on my own as an independent woman. That's what I'm trying to say. I had a couple moments where I felt like the romance of it all, and I was like, it would be nice, but for the most part, I think I feel really like good, really, really good. I think about where I was at exactly a year ago. I'm gonna get emotional again. I had just lost my job of 6 years that I had worked so hard to prove myself and prove my loyalty and get promoted again and again and again, and I'd never taken hardly any time off. I think at this time a year ago, my lawyer that I'd hired was like negotiating and advocating for me because he was arguing on my behalf that I had been unjustly let go. And I was so scared and I was so stressed. Oh my gosh, there's like a lot of people coming. All those people were staring at me. So I was so scared. I was so stressed. I was so overwhelmed by the concept of like, what is next? What is happening? And like, I was telling myself out loud, I know this is a blessing, but I can't see it right now. And I think about how scary that was and like how hard I worked to get to where I am now. Like, I was so burdened by my health and my clutter and my stuff and by stress and by the unknown, and like all I knew was that I needed to transform in like a serious major way. In order to like figure out what's next. And I did it. And a year later I'm like sitting in Paris. Oh my gosh, the Eiffel Tower lights just turned on. Oh, can you guys see that? Here, let me zoom in. No, I can't zoom in. Hold on, I'll turn you around. The lights just turned on. Wait, there's like a little like searchlight thingy that comes around. There it is. Hey. Wow. When my feet stop hurting, I'm gonna keep walking that way. When my feet stop hurting, I'm gonna keep walking that way. And I am going to get there and see her lit up at night. But yeah, what I was starting to say was like, I just can't believe a year later, it's like my apartment is, oh, love these lights. My apartment is pretty much clutter-free. It looks almost the same as when April left, and which is completely different than how it was a year ago. It's like I have a new job that's really great so far. I have a YouTube channel where I'm talking to almost 8,000 people. As of today, it will be 8,000 people by the time I'm posting this, I'm sure. And it just like, there's something about like the tenacity of the human spirit and like just making a decision and being like, yeah, that I'm going to, I know better, so I'm gonna do better. Of course there's things like beyond your control. Look at the pretty lights on the boat and the bridge. Oh my gosh. Like there's stuff beyond your control. There's stuff beyond my control with, you know, but I pursued everything I could to get my health better. I worked really hard at the declutter. I searched out my job. I interviewed lots and lots of places. And yeah, I just, there's something, there's this next chapter that's coming is going to be amazing. And hopefully it's going to have a lot more things like this for me in the future. So these joggers are going to mow me down, I swear. I'm going to eat some, oh my gosh, you can see the moon. Can you see the, wait. Can you, it's like tiny up there. Boop. There's the moon. I'm gonna eat some of this picnic and then start making my way toward the Eiffel Tower. My feet hurt so bad, but I don't care. I don't care. I will rest my feet later.
After it got dark, the lights were even more beautiful, and I even got to see the Eiffel Tower sparkle. Today was so special, and I couldn't believe how much I did and how far I walked. I couldn't believe that my body didn't give out, that my desire and my being on a mission got me through and got me so far today. Thank you guys so much for coming with me. Oh, there she is, sparkling. And I will see you in the next video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. And okay, thanks. Love you. Bye.